Good evening. I'm James Price, and I will be your MC for the evening. Welcome to the Cocktail Countdown, sponsored by Buckeye Lifestyle. Let's welcome Copacetic to the stage while we prepare for our program. Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin our program shortly. We would like to thank our sponsors for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin our program shortly. Again, we would like to thank our sponsors for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin our program in a moment. We would like to thank our sponsors for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2020 Voice and Vision Virtual Celebration.
As President and CEO of NeighborWorks America, I lead a team that provides programmatic support to more than 250 nonprofit network organizations working to create opportunities for people to live in affordable homes, improve their lives, and strengthen their communities. Positive change is made possible by the leadership of strong community leaders. Many of these community leaders are strong women leading important initiatives. NeighborWorks America had its start following the example of a strong leading woman. In the 1960s, Dorothy Richardson worked with local business and government officials to ensure they invested and didn't overlook her Pittsburgh neighborhood. She was the driving force behind the establishment of Neighborhood Housing Services, Inc., which inspired a permanent national model chartered by Congress that is now known as NeighborWorks America. The need for affordable housing is growing at an unprecedented rate across the country. Columbus and its suburbs are not immune, with reports indicating that more than 50,000 residents in Central Ohio alone are paying more than 50% of their income on housing. We understand we have a great deal of work ahead of us. In Reynoldsburg, Ohio, a suburb of Columbus, Homeport saw the opportunity to transform an empty field into much-needed affordable housing. Homeport's Leah Evans, Senior Vice President of Real Estate Development, and her team worked hard with stakeholders to bring 30 homes to families struggling to find a place to call home. This is the kind of work that makes me proud to say that Homeport is a NeighborWorks member. Homeport understands the big picture and the importance of our work, not just in Ohio, but across the country. Keep up the great work, Homeport. I am Marietta Rodriguez, President and CEO of NeighborWorks America. I'm a CEO. I'm a lifelong Girl Scout. I grew up in the great state of New Mexico, and I'm proud to be a native New Mexican.
Hi, my name is Lakisha Harrell. I'm a medical assistant at Mount Carmel Heart and Vascular Center. I'm a strong woman because God created me to be strong, and I know that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I have a beautiful baby girl who's 6 years old, and I have to lead her by example. So I'll continue to stay strong and do things so that I can be the strong woman that she needs me to be and the example for her.
My name is Fran Frazier, and I am the founder of the Rise Sister Rise Network. I am a strong woman because I am loved. I am a strong woman because my grandson loves to play tag and I'm the one who has to chase him. I am a strong woman because I have great friends and great family. I am a strong woman because I care about the resiliency of Black girls.
I am Nancy Kelly. I am the wife of Don Kelly, the co-founder of Homeport. I am a strong woman because I have supported 3 generations of men who have served at Homeport. I am a strong woman because I have 7 children, 26 grandchildren, and 13 great-grands. I am a strong woman because I have surrounded myself with other strong women who walk beside their husbands.
I'm Melissa Centers. I'm the Senior Vice President and General Counsel at State Auto Insurance Companies. And I'm a strong woman because I care about our communities and I use my power to help others succeed and benefit in all the ways that I have benefited.
I'm Francie Henry, Regional President for Fifth Third Bank. I am a strong woman because I work to elevate all women around me.
Hello, I'm Brenda Moncrief, Real Estate Development Project Manager at Homeport. I am a mother, a grandmother of 7 grandchildren, 4 girls, 3 boys. I work in the construction field, which consists of mostly men. Being a female and a woman of color, I must represent myself as knowledgeable and fearless.
My name is Melissa Tompkins. I'm Vice Chair of the Milo Grogan Area Commission. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, mentor, businesswoman, senior advocate, community leader.
I am Denise Robinson, President and CEO of Alvis Incorporated. I am a strong woman because I live my faith every day in service to others, especially those impacted by involvement in the criminal justice system, those with addictions, those with family trauma, and those with other adversities.
I am Christy Angel, President and CEO of Ywca Columbus. I am a strong woman because I am a mentor and an advocate. I am a strong woman because of my faith and my family. I am a strong woman because in the face of adversity and challenging times, I choose to see the silver lining. I am a strong woman because I choose to surround myself with other strong women. I am a strong woman because I am a Black woman.
My name is Leah Evans. I'm Senior Vice President of Real Estate Development for Homeport. I'm a strong woman because I balance my personal commitments with my professional goals without being defined by either.
I'm Councilmember Shayla Favor. I am a leader.
My name is Sandy Doyle Ahern. I'm president of EMH&T. I am a strong woman because I am a friend, an ally, a mentor, a mother, a CEO, and I persevere.
I am a strong woman. I am the foundation.
Please welcome Mark Pringle, Homeport Board Chair.
Hello, I'm Mark Pringle, Homeport Board Chair. Welcome to Homeport's 2020 Voice and Vision program. We welcome you from your home to our home. 33 years ago, Homeport was created to address the need for affordable housing. Today, the need is even greater. A theme that you will hear several times tonight is that 54,000 families in Central Ohio are spending at least 50% of their income on housing. As you can already tell from the program so far, it will take a strong commitment from all of us to get in front of this need. And I have a pretty good idea of who will be out front. It is why we have a theme to our event tonight: Strong Women, Strong Foundation. In a short while, you'll be hearing from an individual, Sandy Doyle Ahern, who has become a leader on this important issue. It is why we honor her with our signature Voice and Vision Award. This is our 6th year of the Voice and Vision honor. Previous winners were MI Homes Incorporated, Reverend John Edgar, Executive Director of Community Development for All People and an original Homeport board member, developer and Homeport founder, Don Kelly and the Kelly family, Ohio Capital Corporation for Housing President, Hal Keller, and Homeport Senior Vice President, Maud Hill. We are off to a great start and have an outstanding program ahead of us this evening. We hope that when you log off, you will have a better understanding why affordable and workforce housing remain among the most important topics facing Central Ohio. Very importantly, we ask that you join us or continue to work in making sure all parts of our community share in the prosperity that has happened over the years. Housing will play a key role. Homeport, thanks to a caring, dedicated, and talented staff, is excelling despite the pandemic in building much-needed homes and the stability that comes from them. We can and must do more. Now, before we get any further in the program, I hope that everyone received a celebration packet. Has found a special pop-up centerpiece house with the names of our event sponsors. Let's recognize them, beginning with our strong community sponsors, Huntington, MI Homes, and Ohio Capital Corporation for Housing. Our cornerstone sponsors, American Electric Power, Kelly Foundation, Rockford Homes, the Robert Ryler Company, Wallach Communities, and Installed Building Products. Our education and power sponsors, Buckeye Lifestyle and Team Fishel, and our opportunity sponsors, Columbus Realtors, EMH&T, Live, Premier Bank, Michael Ahern, Sandy Doyle Ahern and family, and a very gracious gift from an anonymous contributor. We also value our public sector partners as critical to our ongoing success. We would also like to thank the public offices that have sent acknowledgments. Now, let's hear how Homeport is working to close the gap, focus on our residents, and cultivate partnerships in the community.
As we come out of this global pandemic, the economic crisis, the housing crisis, the human service crisis we're facing now, the only way we can have a dynamic and inclusive recovery is if safe, affordable housing is a top priority for us moving forward.
One of the benefits is that you have people that are working in your school systems who are looking for affordable housing. There are people that, for example, Amazon is near where we live. And there are people that I'm sure would like to live in Reynoldsburg so that they have to travel a short distance to work.
We now have this regional housing strategy. You know, it can't just be the city and the county, it's got to be our suburban neighbors and even suburban counties.
For the development community, affordable and attainable housing is very important to the local economy. The Graceland project was all privately funded. There was no public incentive associated with it. So the commitment that we were making on the workforce housing, we really needed a partner that could kind of hold our feet to the fire. So I think it was vital to have Homeport play that role.
We've been involved in Franklinton, the broader community with our Gravity project and other work that we've been doing. Gravity 2 is an expansion of that, and we're really trying to build a conscious community, a community that's inclusive. We've been able to have workforce housing so far, but we really hadn't been able to tackle the affordable solution. So partnering with Homeport really gave us an opportunity to build a community that really addressed kind of all of the housing needs.
Getting people outside of the box in the more traditional financing avenues that are available. And so it's trying to educate a lot of different parties on what the need is and trying to come up with a solution.
The way they've stepped up and engaged in this work because they know that affordable housing is going to have an impact on our future growth.
There should be affordable housing for people to live in because it shouldn't be just about those who can afford a high sticker price home. It should also be for those who work in the community.
We had 120 applicants apply for or stand in line for Blacklit Crossing lease-up. We only had 30 units, and I feel like the need today is just as much needed as it was in 2019.
Providing social and educational services to our residents is extremely important because we want them to have every opportunity that they can. We want them to know that we have certain resources available to them, And on most of our senior sites, we have a service coordinator, and some of our family sites too, and they're able to link them with the services that they need.
I knew that I wanted better for my daughter. I knew I wanted it. Like, I had talked about living in Reynoldsburg, and then I got the call from Michelle, and I remember we were driving. I said, "Oh my God!" And then I was like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you."
I cried. It was tears of joy because it was like a new beginning for the both of us.
I love the area. I love the fact that we're across the street from the park.
I loved it from like the moment they opened the door. I even ran up through her house like, it was my own.
And I know that I have to be strong because I have this little strong-minded little girl who's, looking up to me, and I have to set the example for her.
And I think where we are now, it plays a part because she's who I have to be strong for, and she's who I'm building a foundation for. So it's for her. I think that people lose faith on, just housing out there, giving them an opportunity. And then you guys did open the door for me, regardless of my circumstances. You guys helped. So I'm thankful for that.
I'm blessed and thankful to be here. The area that I'm in, I'm thankful, and I think it's very needed. Thank you, Homeport, for giving my daughter and I the opportunity to have a better living.
I do just want to say thank you, and I'm still looking forward to what you guys have in store.
Thank you, Mommy, for my new home.
Please welcome Homeport board members Paula Hughes and Dawn Carpenter.
As you just heard, the need for affordable housing affects all of us, the whole region. It affects families, neighborhoods, communities, businesses. Today, 54,000 families, our neighbors, pay at least half their income for rent. Now imagine what it could be like by 2050, when an additional 1 million people will reside in Central Ohio.
Having an affordable home is one challenge, and keeping residents in those homes is another. We must be concerned with how residents are keeping up with expenses, or perhaps falling behind, worrying about eviction, or what their children will eat the next day. With your support, Homeport's laser-focused commitment to its residents is making a difference. In 2019, residents of our Marsh Run and Pheasant Run communities received more than 10 tons of fruits and vegetables, thanks to our partnership with the Mid-Ohio Food Collective.
Another community partner, the Children's Hunger Alliance, served almost 5,000 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, to children enrolled in Homeport summer camp and after-school programming. And finally, but not least in importance, 68 evictions were avoided at Homeport in 2019 thanks to financial assistance provided from the Columbus Foundation, Physicians Care Collection, and Compass at Broad Street. You can't imagine the sense of relief, the lessening of anxiety when this occurs.
I can say I have both the pleasure and honor to serve as a Homeport board member, board secretary, and chair of Homeport's program committee, where we oversee the services and programs that support the Homeport communities and residents of Central Ohio. I moved to the Columbus area 5 years ago with my husband as part of my banking career and was wholeheartedly accepted and welcomed by this great community. Homeport was a natural fit for me, which aligns with my passion for community banking that is intertwined with family, a local spirit, and a commitment to service.
Homeport's role in creating safe, affordable, and sustainable housing and in building solid community is one of the reasons I sought out board membership. From youth, I have personally witnessed and experienced lack within the communities where my family was vested. I later found that this was in large part due to lack of financial resources. Seeing the negative effects in the community led to my passion for ensuring that this cycle would not continue. It was only fitting that I sought out opportunities to deepen my community commitment while working for People's Bank, an institution so deeply ingrained in the communities it serves and extremely vested in community successes. After all, our company mantra is working together, building success. I can think of no better place, more prepared, more passionate, and more serious about doing the work than Homeport.
As we continue to create jobs and increase our population and ultimately prosperity in Central Ohio, we cannot ignore the basics: the housing needs and the need for affordability and stability, which are foundational to our great community and for our neighborhoods to survive. Thank you for your continued support and partnership for the work we do at Homeport. Now let's hear how Homeport's partners are having an impact on family stability by addressing food and financial insecurity.
In Ohio, we have about 500,000 children that find themselves living in poverty. And so being able to get, an after-school meal somewhere like a site where we've partnered with Homeport is really, that may be the last meal of the day for those children. So it's really critical.
Well, when you think about the Mid-Ohio Food Bank, I've been around for 37 years out of our 40-year history. So, it really was around first finding food. And now it's about finding food and getting it to people that are hungry and going upstream and solving the root causes of why people are food insecure. So housing, to me, is the number one issue. At the end of the day, if you want to stabilize families, you better stabilize the home they're living in first so you can address all of the other issues. So for our work, it really is partnering with people to make sure people have enough nutritious food so that they can do all the other things that they need to do in their lives to flourish. And what I appreciate about Homeport, is the opportunity to take a look at it from a person's perspective. What are their total needs, and how do we collectively collaborate and solve for those?
Hamilton Crossing allows me to be more independent, gives me the flexibility to live a more fulfilled life, do what I like doing, with the extra monies and things that I save. I'm able to enjoy life on a whole different level. It's a great building that I live in, and I love being there. And I love taking care of the building and looking out for my residents that live there when I can, because people need help. People are waiting in line to get in such nice places. No, they won't have a problem whatsoever trying to fill it.
Gifts of Kindness was established in 2014 as an emergency assistance program to help individuals who are experiencing a destabilizing setback. Before coronavirus hit our community, we would see eviction prevention and rental assistance as about high 50% of all awards from Gifts of Kindness. Now, with coronavirus in our community, we are tracking in the 90% of requests for eviction prevention. And Gifts of Kindness also covers utility assistance and other incidentals that would be considered destabilizing events for individuals.
In order to compensate for the income that I was losing at work, so they actually stepped in and paid August and September's rent. I'm actually a single mother of 4 children, and I am a first-time generation home buyer in my family. I just am so amazed with everybody's help in making sure that this project is done and that I am able to accomplish an all-time goal that I've ever wanted to do, which is to have my own property.
The impact on people's physical and mental health as a result of the eviction crisis is tremendous. I mean, we've seen the stress and strain that it's placed on families, on children. We've seen with this pandemic the digital divide and how that's exacerbating the economic divide. We need to remain laser focused. 2020 has been a tough year, no doubt. I know many people are anxious to get back to some sense of normalcy, and they just want to go back to how things used to be. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we are in a new reality. Things have changed, and people talked about, I just want 2020 to be over. But 2021 is going to be another interesting year. And I think that if we are laser focused on the needs and that we truly bring a spirit of prosperity for all, I think that we live in the kind of community. We talk about the spirit of Columbus and the Columbus way. We live in a community that will rally and truly embrace the ideal that we're all in this together.
Please welcome Bruce Lueke, President and CEO of Homeport.
Hello, I'm Bruce Lueke, President and CEO of Homeport. Thank you for joining tonight's Voice and Vision program. It's our 6th Voice and Vision program and our first virtual one. So we're glad you have joined us to recognize Homeport's 33 years of service to the community, and importantly, to recognize those who support our mission. 2020 has been an incredibly challenging year for our country and for our community. Coronavirus and staggering death and illness, disruption of the economy and losses of millions of jobs, racial and civil unrest, protests, an intense political scene. Yet somehow, some way, with ingenuity and great partners, Homeport has managed to stay on target in its mission of affordable housing, on closing the gap of needed homes and ensuring a laser focus on the 6,300 residents that we do serve. We must. The numbers tell us we have no other choice. 54,000 low to moderate income households in central Ohio are spending 50% or more of their income on rent. So let me give you a recap of what we're doing and what we are looking forward to in the coming year. But before I talk about our new development work, I want to recognize our team, who have tirelessly worked with our residents during the pandemic. Of the 2,400 households that we serve, 900 of them have been helped by instituting flexible payment plans, waive late fees, and rental relief and support, thus keeping them housed. And our financial education professionals quickly shifted to virtual delivery and are now serving an ever-increasing number of people. And yes, we continue to build. In fact, we have a pipeline of development projects as numerous as we have ever had. This summer, we began clearing land for Kenlawn Place in North Linden, 50 apartments and homes on or near Cleveland Avenue. 5 elected officials from the federal government level on down participated online in our remote groundbreaking, a recognition of the importance and potential to changing lives and improving neighborhoods. Down the street at Cleveland Avenue in Myrtle, Homeport has been chosen by Columbus Next Gen Corp to build Mulby Place, a 100-unit senior community in downtown Linden, an estimated $20 million investment. Currently, we have cleared land and are setting the stage for a second phase of our popular senior community, Hamilton Crossing in Whitehall. Hamilton Crossing Annex will provide 32 apartments for individuals of moderate income who are at least 55 years old. In Grove City, with development partner Spire, 28 apartments are in the process of being leased for a project called Arrowleaf, and move-ins start in soon. In Reynoldsburg, you just heard our success story of 30 apartments at Blacklick Crossing that leased up earlier this year. You know, no matter how many times I've heard the Harrell sisters' story, it always touches my heart. 2 hard-working single moms in the healthcare field, living together with their small children, getting an opportunity to have their own brand new townhouse apartments down the street from each other. Thank you, Lakisha and Jasmine, for letting us tell your story. Crosstown at the rear of the Graceland Shopping Center in Clintonville, we are partners with market rate developer Casto in a project under construction called Graceland Flats. Half of the 180 1- and 2-bedroom apartments will be for workforce housing, made possible by a forward-thinking organization, Casto, and funding through the FHA's Construction Loan Program and the Affordable Housing Trust for Columbus and Franklin County. You know, low-income housing tax credit funding remains the bread and butter of affordable housing, but Graceland Flats is the kind of creative financing and partnership that needs to be replicated over and over again if we expect to close the gap. And by the way, Casto earlier this month closed on its Killarney Woods project on East Broad Street in Jefferson Township near the limited distribution centers. And Homeport, once again, is a partner. There will be 200 units at Killarney, with 51% of the units having rents to meet the needs of those making 80% of the area median income down. Thank you, Casto, for including us in this new development. A creative partnership and competitive financing dollars are also making possible 50 affordable 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments in East Franklinton. Residents of our future McDowell Place will have access to parking and amenities from Kaufman Development's Gravity 2 project on West Broad Street. McDowell Place will serve individuals and families with 30 to 80% of the area median income. The City of Columbus designated it as one of the 3 developments for funding from the Ohio Housing Finance Agency and its Fact 50 pilot program. Finally, let's not forget that we received tax credit funding this year from the Ohio Housing Finance Agency to build Maple Meadows, a 56-unit multifamily affordable housing development in the Northland section of Columbus behind Beechcroft High School. So tonight, let's celebrate. And very importantly, celebrate those who are helping us every day, like our own Brenda Moncrief, who for a quarter century has touched almost every Homeport department in her desire to help our community and its citizens improve their lives through housing. Her work in the real estate development department has been spectacular, particularly with our future homeowners. Earlier in her career, she oversaw construction, something she's contributing to again. And who can forget that Brenda spearheaded the Smoke-Free Initiative, eliminating smoking in all our apartments and homes. That initiative received the Ohio Department of Health's highest honor. We are honoring Brenda tonight with our Spirit of Homeport Award. It's the 3rd year of the award and the first time we have ever chosen a staff member to receive it.
Miss Brenda, I have something to give you, dearie. Come on, how about the Spirit of Homeport Award?
Congratulations, Brenda. Well, here's all your good.
Hold it above your head.
Thank you so much. This means the world to me.
Hi, I'm Brenda Moncrief, the Spirit Award winner for Homeport for 2020. Just wanted to add on a little something from my great surprise of winning this award. I was a little shook when they came to me, so I didn't get to say everything I wanted to say. I just wanted to thank all of the Homeport executive team and the Homeport board for this wonderful, wonderful, appreciated honor. I did not believe that I would ever get anything this great, so I'm so appreciative and just wanted to make sure everybody knew how grateful I am and appreciative, and just wanted to thank everybody. Thank you.
Brenda, you take having a laser focus on our residents to another level. Congratulations and thank you. And now let's go to the main honor of the night, our recognition of EMH&T's President Sandy Doyle Ahern with our Voice and Vision Award. In addition to her success leading EMH&T Sandy has brought the development and civic communities together to identify and break down obstacles contributing to Central Ohio's affordable housing shortage. She's made EMH&T employees knowledgeable about the disparity of housing options, barriers to economic mobility, and other biases affecting housing. She's the board chair of the YWCA of Columbus, vice president of Columbus Academy's Board of Trustees, and serves on the Columbus Partnership, a membership-based CEO organization of more than 70 CEOs from Columbus's leading businesses and institutions. Mention Sandy and you cannot forget her involvement in the Franklin County Blueprint for Reducing Poverty, and is a member of the Strategic Advisory Council of the Affordable Housing Alliance of Central Ohio. And just for fun, Sandy even instituted an annual holiday ugly sweater contest at EMH&T that has netted to over $25,000 over the years for Homeport through their employee and matching company funds. You know, tonight's Voice and Vision program has a central theme of strong women and strong foundation. It's not coincidental to whom we are honoring. Sandy is not afraid to speak her mind. She collaborates with others of influence. She mentors. She leads. In fact, she was recently written up for bringing together a powerful group of 13 women who call themselves the Edge Sisters, leaders committed to pushing for equity, change, and positivity. So let's begin this special recognition and tribute. And to do so, I would like to call on YWCA President and CEO Christy Angel to introduce Sandy.
Please welcome Christy Angel, President and Chief Executive Officer of YWCA Columbus.
Before the 2008 economic downturn, Sandy Doyle Ahern saw the need to cast a broader vision for the EMH&T engineering firm to serve its clients and employees in a different and more expansive way. Her vision helped the New Albany engineering, planning, and surveying company survive the looming recession and emerge from it with more clients and a diversified portfolio of business to become the powerhouse civil engineering business it is today. The professionalism, transparency, engagement, and care for the EMH&T employees and clients Sandy demonstrated in those challenging times helped propel her to the organization's front office, and it is those same characteristics she brings to the table when she's at work in our community. You can't say economic development in this region and not think of EMH&T, and you cannot talk about some of the most important work being done in our community today without Sandy's name being mentioned. Why, you might ask? Because Sandy is a strong voice for policy change and wholesale improvements in areas like affordable housing, racial equity, poverty reduction, affordable child care, women's rights, and more. She is fearless and has a stick-to-it attitude that is unmatched. She asks the hard questions and pushes those who are at the table with her to reach for big goals. And when she starts to soar, she carries all of us with her. A longtime board member and now chair of YWCA Columbus, Sandy began her time with YWCA serving dinner in our family shelter and working to improve our after-school care program, which both of her girls attended. She has been a part of our successful capital campaign to renovate our downtown building and is now helping us build our advocacy muscle in the housing sector. During her tenure as our board chair, she ensures that we are working to fulfill all of the parts of our mission and has helped us lead to a place where the organization is fulfilling all parts of that mission. When Sandy joins a board or takes a new committee assignment, she will often say, "I'll commit to doing this, but understand, I'm here to drive change, not change just for the sake of change, but to do the things we know will make a difference and will lift up our community." Sandy has also been a long-standing partner and supporter of Homeport and is a leader in the community regarding the need for housing affordability, regulatory reform, and land use policy, all things that are very near and dear to my heart. As you can probably tell, that yes, she's my boss, the YWCA board chair, but our shared experiences and community interests have created a friendship and bond. When I think of a quote to describe Sandy, I think of this one from local author Michelle Alexander. Activists take the risk, while advocates are professional tinkerers with the system. What's necessary is for those who are advocates to support those who are activists and to envision themselves as activists. Well, Sandy embodies this quote because she is an activist, a champion, and a change agent for our community. She knows when to take the risk and when to advocate for change, and she always pushes us to do better because she is committed to lifting up our community. Congratulations, Sandy.
I think my mom is my role model. Like, I revere her pretty much. Like, I want to be just like her when I grow up. She works in a world of men, and she is constantly fighting against that stereotype.
Having the opportunity to be in a room with Sandy, particularly with her expertise and running like the design and engineering firm in Central Ohio, I was always in awe.
You could tell very early on with Sandy that she was someone who was very genuine, who took interest in not only what your position was, but also who you were and what your goals for not only yourself, but for the organization were.
Our company has a long, very successful history with EMH&T. The more I got to know her, I could see very clearly that she was a strong, caring, compassionate, very focused leader, very driven, and I was really impressed with her.
When you think about it, 2 female engineers, not a lot of us around. I believe we were on a joint project and we had the responsibility to figure out some pretty tough challenges. And fast forward to today, where we're both still in similar industries and our paths cross almost on a daily basis. I actually spoke with her this morning, but it's been a good almost 20 years in the engineering field.
Oh, we were speaking at a junior achievement event at BizTown. And it was just the 2 of us and a moderator. And I just remember that Sandy was so interesting, and I was so interested in what she was saying. She was talking about housing and some of the challenges that we face as a city, that like I just joined the moderator and started asking Sandy my questions that I had as well.
Her energy, her friendliness, her openness, it was just like, even though I had just met her, I felt like I had known her for a very long time.
I needed to find some cohorts of people that would join me who were passionate about inequities and racial justice, and that who could I just align with that we could help bring Robin DiAngelo in. And we met for lunch, and I took her the book, and we've been like this ever since, inseparable.
We did a pretty massive construction project, and EMH&T was a part of the engineering. When we finally had lunch, I just can remember feeling like, how have I not been around her before?
She really took a mentor interest in me, and I have learned so much from her from day one. I am just deeply grateful for the compassion she brings in our individual relationship and the compassion she brings to our whole community. We're all better for it.
When I think of Strong Women, Strong Foundation, I think of those early days and the women that she looked up to, the women that she was beginning to connect with. And they helped her learn, and she internalized that, and she in turn tries at every opportunity to help other women in the community.
You could tell that she was someone who had a willingness to be bold. And so with that willingness, as she's grown in her career, as she's taken over the helm at EMH&T, that philosophy now permeates throughout that organization.
I think it's pretty amazing how she has set a course for her life. You know, she didn't set out to be a CEO. She did not set out to be a community leader. She did not have these goals in mind. It just came to her naturally because of how she invests in others.
And when people see that she's involved with the YWCA and with Homeport and with other organizations in Central Ohio, it's really easy to say, well, if Sandy's part of that, that's something I want to be a part of too.
And it's really great to see how she's marrying professional expertise on the issues of housing in the community. And a great example of, taking your day job and mirroring it with passion in the community and making a difference in the community.
I know a little something about ingredients, and I would say that Sandy's secret sauce, if you will, is her drive and focus. You can't help but get sort of pulled into the work that she does, especially around housing.
And she encourages others to do the same, which lays the foundation for what I think is really meaningful experiences. And she gets proximate to things that she's passionate about.
A great example of Sandy's determination and her leadership and her passion for issues like this occurred last summer. A number of us were talking about some of the concerns, frustrations, ideas we had about how to improve opportunities for more affordable housing. Sandy organized a meeting.
I don't know that anybody else other than Sandy could have pulled off getting everybody in the room. And I also don't know of anybody other than Sandy who could have pulled off everybody getting in the room and getting along.
It provides a strong foundation for her family to have a person like that leading in their home too and loving in such big ways.
She's a passionate person about what she believes in. It's more later, as she became a leader in the community and started taking on many other initiatives, it was very consistent. That passion was not very narrow. It, in fact, much wider than that. And that's why, I love and respect Sandy.
There was something about her, there was a courage about her that really stood out to me, that I felt like she would be, if it were she and I up against the world, or if I was in a fight with someone, I would be comfortable that I know she would have my back.
Sandy really cares about the greater good. She cares about humanity. She cares about people. Issues or things that could make the community better are things that Sandy wants to get involved in. And she's very effective at that.
Her willingness to give of herself is an example in Central Ohio of what a true selfless leader looks like.
The foundation of her principles is to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to succeed. And so the fact that she's being honored, especially by a housing organization, because if you've ever spent more than 5 minutes with Sandy, you know how passionate she is about affordable housing and making sure that everyone has a safe and decent place to live. So I think this theme truly embodies Sandy.
When I hear the phrase strong women, strong foundation, I think of how, I'm only 18 and I still have a lot of growing up to do, but having the mom that I've had, I do have that strong foundation to become a strong woman.
Not being afraid to step up for ourselves and step up for other people too. And I think that has definitely come from her.
As much as she is maybe internally a little uncomfortable with the spotlight being on her because she just likes to do the work, it's really awesome to see people recognizing all the efforts that she's made over the years.
Congratulations to Sandy for being the Homeport 2020 Voice and Vision awardee.
Well, Sandy, I'm very proud to be your friend and a colleague and to have known you. I hope we'll be able to do lots of things together. I love your leadership. I love the way you look at our community and how we can contribute to the well-being of everyone living here.
And I really want to congratulate my good friend Sandy Doyle Ahern on receiving the Voice and Vision Award.
You have been a joy to become friends with, and I will always cherish our friendship for the rest of my life.
And I just want to say I love you, Sandy. Congratulations. You are wonderful, and I've known that just since the first time we made eye contact.
Congratulations, Sandy, and thanks for your vision and commitment.
Hey, Sandy, nice job. It doesn't surprise me one bit, but congratulations on being the 2020 Voice and Vision honoree.
Congratulations on the 2020 Voice and Vision Award, Sandy. I can think of no one who matches you in compassion, conviction, or fearlessness.
Congratulations, Sandy, not only on this honor, but all of your many accomplishments to date and all of those that are sure to come into the future.
Sandy, congratulations on being a 2020 Voice and Vision Award honoree. You are most deserving, and we are cheering you on.
Congratulations, Sandy. I know you are probably thoroughly embarrassed and looking for someplace to hide, but I don't want you to do that. I want you to take all of this in because you deserve it. You inspire me and many other people in this community, especially women. So just congratulations and thanks for everything you do.
Congratulations, Mom. We love you.
Please welcome our 2020 Voice and Vision Award winner, Sandy Doyle Ahern.
I don't even know what to say about all the wonderful people here with me tonight and all of the wonderful people on the video. Thank you for your messages. It's pretty remarkable to hear from all of you. In the midst of already doing so much to support our community, Homeport has gifted me a recognition that is a privilege to receive. To be named the 2020 Voice and Vision honoree by an organization I so admire, particularly during a pandemic and a troubling time, is a humbling moment. Homeport's mission is to create strong communities by developing quality, affordable homes on a cornerstone of dignity, security, and opportunity. That resonates with me as they create stable communities by connecting residents to community services and assets essential for housing and economic stability. When I came to Columbus for work in 1992, I rented my very first apartment. I was on my own in a city where I only knew one person. I was excited to have a place that was all my own, and I remember a nervous moment signing the lease. As much as I recall it being scary, not once did it occur to me that I wouldn't be able to pay the rent if I was careful, nor was I ever concerned that I was being judged for what I looked like when I searched for apartments. What stands out most from the memory was a sense of accomplishment. And while I didn't have much money, never was it about choosing a roof over my head over other life necessities. Over time, my career evolved, and I came to understand how housing projects come together, what motivates a developer, neighborhood, community, municipality to support or oppose housing. I understood better the policies and costs associated with development, regulatory compliance, expectations of planning and zoning boards, and that density as it applies to housing could be a poorly understood, polarizing word. Around that same time, I began my journey to better understand homelessness, housing inequities, systemic racism, and the deeply troubling connection between them. A few years ago, I heard Dr. Megan Sandell speak. Dr. Sandell is the founder and co-director of the Grow Clinic for Children in Boston and is an expert on the link between housing insecurity and healthcare outcomes for children. I recall her talking about the connection she noticed in her work as a pediatrician between some of her patients' health assessments and their housing situation. She equated stable housing to a vaccine that all children need to allow their developing bodies and minds to flourish. When I heard her describe stable housing as a vaccine, it was such an aha moment for me as pieces of a housing puzzle I was trying to understand fell into place. Without that vaccine, a life of opportunity is incredibly difficult to achieve, resulting in generational social and economic consequences. In today's world of increasing housing costs, fewer available units, and an affordable housing void, the pandemic has served to underscore what we already knew in a more prolific way. Disparity in housing equity is certain and substantive. COVID-19, by its necessary public health response and subsequent economic impact, has sharpened the edges of a housing access divide that was already present. In the last decade, our collective region has benefited from strong economic development and low unemployment. We are really blessed to live in a region rich with amazing institutes of higher education, superb healthcare, beautiful natural spaces to enjoy, and opportunities for entertainment, learning, and expanding our own personal horizons. These things don't come about by accident. They occur as a result of strong leadership, willful intent, and a driven purpose to be a great community. Despite a pandemic that has put a pause on that trajectory, I believe we will be back on track for all of these things and more. As we recover, we must acknowledge that the benefits of living in the region I describe are not realized by everyone. Access is not equitable. We were in a competitive housing market before the pandemic, and despite the pandemic, housing competition remains fierce. The future is likely to bring significant population growth in the coming decades, and as a region, we remain behind the number of housing units needed now by thousands, even before the growth headed our way. At the pace we are on today, we must ask ourselves how we can work across communities to diversify housing options for our region right now, not just when the pandemic becomes a memory. I try to live my life with a mindset of gratitude. In our current divided and politically charged environment, it can be challenging to keep a gratitude-driven life in the forefront. Gratitude is really easy to live by when times are good. It's much harder, yet so much more necessary when times are bad. When I need to reset my thinking, I remind myself, I have a place to call home where I can safely rest at night. I can enjoy dinner with my family. I create memories and recover from a bad day there. I don't worry about eviction, paying the mortgage, affording repairs, internet access for online school, or juggling a family and 2 jobs. I have housing stability, and that is a poignant reminder of why my gratitude should prevail. My pledge is to continue to be a voice for others, seeking to promote housing stability and access in our community, remembering always to keep gratitude as my beacon. In moments of crisis, we must come together to assist our neighbors, treat one another with respect and kindness, and lift our community. Without it, we may be surviving, but we're not really living. Thank you to Homeport, all my friends and family, these wonderful people behind me, all the people in the video. I appreciate everything so much, and thank you to you for being with us tonight.
Please welcome Homeport board member, Melissa Centers.
I believe in the inherent goodness in people. And I think that if people have an awareness of the 54,000 unit gap in Columbus alone, if they have an awareness that I think I read 3 of 10 of the most common jobs in Ohio pay enough to rent a 2-bedroom apartment. If you have that awareness, people will be motivated to help. They'll be motivated to fix the broken eviction system. They'll be motivated to create more opportunity through funding and policy to have affordable housing. I think that rich fabric of a community is really important. I think that affordable housing is another way to have a community filled with diverse thinkers, with diverse experiences. It's not really just about housing, it's about the entire community and that community's quality of life. I personally believe in Homeport because of the 33 years of experience that they have. They have put so many units into production in Columbus to close that affordable housing gap. The people themselves are passionate and they're knowledgeable, and developing units is not easy. That is a complex process. And Homeport not only has the spirit and the heart, but they have that real capability to deliver on those affordable housing units. And that's why I think it's so important to support Homeport.
Please welcome Mike Larocco, Chairman, President, and CEO, State Auto Insurance.
Well, the business community really has the best opportunity to help. You've got to have foundational pieces in place, and to me that all begins with having a safe home environment, and so creating more affordable housing is one of the critical linchpins to get this thing to work. This whole idea of what Homeport does, right, your mission in terms of affordable housing ties in very much to the community service that State Auto has always been part of. Well before my time with State Auto, we've always had that commitment to the community, and part of that commitment was always to help those less fortunate than ourselves, and a big part of helping those individuals is getting them into affordable housing. So we really believe in your mission. We believe in what is trying to be accomplished by Homeport, and we're very proud to support that effort. If you understand both the mission of Homeport and the critical nature of the challenge, then you have an opportunity to really do something about it and make sure you're doing your part to get individuals into affordable housing.
Please welcome back Bruce Lueke, President and CEO of Homeport.
Well, we hope you have all been inspired tonight. And here's why. It can't be said enough. There are 54,000 families in Central Ohio counting on us to help provide affordable, safe housing. While we are gratified much is happening, much still needs to be done. You have all been great partners and supporters. Again, thanks to our sponsors for the evening. We were so thrilled and honored to honor Sandy tonight. She's such a champion. Let us continue to make a difference, to stand up to indifference and disparity, to create the affordable housing our community needs. If you'd like to support family stability, please text the word HOME, H-O-M-E, to 345-345 to contribute. Before we close out, I want to thank our tremendously hardworking Homeport staff, especially Maud Hill, Laverne Price, Ray George, and Steve Nickel, for devoting many, many hours to making tonight's celebration a success. And don't forget to mark October 21st, 2021, for our next Voice and Vision celebration. We must end our celebration by thanking all the strong women in our lives, because they are the foundation. Thank you, and good night.